request from Lorraine Allen. She wants advice on wanting to work while her husband just wish for her to stay at home. She has 2 kids, I believe, or they have 2 kids, and she has been home for so many years, and she is not even 30 years old yet. Now I stayed at home for only 2 years when Maria was when she was born, and until she was 2, because I wanted to breastfeed her. Because of my sensitivities and allergies, I didn't want her to be sensitive like me, and I read that it's the best way of preventing allergies and sensitivities, and it paid off. Yeah, she doesn't have any except a little bit of sensitivity to gluten. Now I have to admit I was miserable when I was at home, and yet I wasn't like dependent on my ex-husband. I had since I also studied like once a week, not right away, but so I had money like student loan, and then I also got a child's allowance, because in Sweden you get that, and also in Denmark, I think also in Norway. So I had money, and I also got money from my mom and late stepdad, so I wasn't like dependent in any way, especially financially. But I was miserable that I wasn't out, like, you know, I'm not social, so I just wanted to, you know me guys, I either want to study or work. I don't want to be in between, otherwise I become so stressed. So she wants advice from, and I guess she has talked with her husband, and you just have to fight for your right to be out there, and you know, maybe you can tell him if you can start by, you know, starting as in a part-time job, you know, so he will get used to it, and give him some, like, you know, tell him the advantages of you being out there in society. Like, it will be more exciting for him, because yeah, you won't be, I mean, when you're out and working, it's really more unfair for the woman, because you're working outside, and if this is true in especially here in the West, where you don't have nannies so much and au pair so much, like in the Philippines, it's normal to have maids and nannies, especially when the kids are young, so you are getting help. But here in the West, it's really not good to work and have kids, because as soon as you come home, you will do most of the household chores. And I've read statistics on this, and I've seen others do this, so but I think Lorraine Allen knows that, and yet she still wants to be out and working. I guess she's like me, who is stressed by just being home. I'm not saying that being stay-at-home mom is not work. It is, but for some of us, we don't like that, and so I think that's just my advice to tell him. I've never had this problem before, because those I've married always was okay with me working, so I've never had this problem. And I'm thinking in the future knows that in order for me to be sane and be a good partner to him, I have to work. And I guess you could, Lorraine can say that to her husband, that I'm most sane and happiest when I have work to do. When I'm working, I think that's the best for a marriage. I think when both are happy. So just fight for your right and tell your husband, yeah, he will be happy too when you're happy, right? So there are like stay-at-home moms, but there are also super moms or working moms, and I don't think like working moms, as I said, are more stressed than stay-at-home moms. I think I pity them. Because they need more help, and yet they want to do it on their own because they want to show everyone that they can handle going out to society and working. And that's really not good, because if guys are not expected to do it on their own, why should women do that? I mean, both need help. But in today's society, everyone's busy, so your mother, your relatives can't take care of your kids. But if you have relatives, tell them to help you out, so that if you tell your husband, we can let our relatives help us, so you and I can go out on dates. Let him know you will not forget him, but be sure to take some days off away from the kids, away from your work, so you can be alone with your husband, and also alone on your own, like exercising. Join a gym or go out and exercise alone or with your husband. I think that's the best way to show him it will not be worse. It will not, everything will be not like before, of course, but it will be okay as long as you will get help. I think it's wrong to think that because that's the problem, I think, today, is that this family, this unit of family, is trying to survive on their own without relatives, without friends to take care of the kids. Sometimes it becomes too much. So I think you should get help. If you don't have relatives, then hire someone you can trust. I remember I was with my cousin, and then he was about to go to the States, and I think we were in the airport, and he saw a mother and carry her baby, and then taking her bag and things, and he said, "Oh, that's a super mom," and he was a bit annoyed. But you can't really, blame women for trying to be a super mom. I remember when I was at home with Maria, I also tried being a super mom, because in the beginning I was like trying to let my help me, but then I was alone with Maria like almost all of that time, and then I got used to it, and it's hard to just let go. Comes home, it's like he's invading our privacy. So if you are in love with your husband still, then tell him how you feel. Don't tell him, for example, "Oh, you're controlling me." He wouldn't see that. He wouldn't see how you feel if you will focus on him. Now focus on what you are feeling, and tell him that yeah, this is me. I want to be happy too. I want to contribute to society, and this might make me a better mom, a better wife, and you know, a better person. Because honestly, like for me, if for example Michael will like tell me to be at home, I wouldn't like that. Now there is an exception, and that is if my channel grows, that I can live on it. It's not because of the money, guys, but it's just the feeling of having a job that can sustain you, even though it seems like it's about the money. But and I know I don't need to work for money. Michael will take care of me, so it's not really because of money. It is of course an added income, but for me it's because of my independence. I hate it when I need to ask another person to buy something, or you know, and even though I would get a bank card of someone, and I would still think that I'm asking because, you know, I want to make it on my own. So I do understand Lorraine's dilemma, because when you're married to someone, and especially if you're in love with that person, you want to please that person, and this husband of Lorraine really wants her to be at home. First of all, I would like tell Lorraine that she's lucky she's a husband who cares also. I mean, but if he really knows her, letting her go out and work is loving her. So yeah, I would focus on that. Yeah, you know, I'm just like imagining if, like, yeah, for me, yeah, if this channel grows, especially when I'm in the States, then yeah, then I can stay at home. But I would still go out, like be in a food bank or doing something else, just, you know, so I will meet other people. Even though I'm not social, just meeting other people is enough. That will give you like, yeah, you can talk about those people, but it's like just you're getting new input in your life, and you're not trapped in this relationship like only with that person. And yeah, you know, I always learn from other people, even though I'm not social, but I love helping people. And yeah, I can't imagine being a stay-at-home mom. That would kill me. That would literally kill me, because that would make me depressed. Because those 2 years, although I wasn't technically 100% at home because I studied once a week, but it was still, my God, it was like, it was so hard. And yet we were out, like we were in a so-called outside daycare for people who just gave birth, and they will you know, meet other people with also is in the same boat, you know, and it was for free. So Maria and I were there, but it wasn't even enough because there was no schedule. We could go whenever. It's different when you're working, you're accountable to someone else. And for me, if my channel is like big, or like, then I would like concentrate. Perhaps I could be at home in the first year trying to build a channel, but if the channel doesn't grow within a year, and yeah, no, I think I would look for a job right away when I can. It's just that it's suffocating for reality. And maybe that is what Lorraine Allen is also missing. The feeling that you are like, there's a meaning to your day. You're going to this place and someone needs you, someone else than your kids or your husband or relative, someone else, and that makes you, that gives you a, I don't mean that a job gives you a better self-confidence, but it might if you're treated well. But yeah, I don't know. I was raised to be active. I was raised to be efficient, and since I was very sick when I was a child, I was like, you know, it's just like normal for me to think that I would either study or work, and I guess I thought I would die young. Maybe that's one of the reasons I'm so obsessed with either studying or working, because I still think I would die young. Okay, I'm not young anymore, but I'm not, like, I'm 45, but so I hope I have answered Lorraine's. I hope I gave Lorraine some advice, and yeah, I hope you like this video, guys. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe on this channel, ScorpioAnnYT, and click on the bell next to the subscribe button down below. And please, please, please subscribe to my boyfriend's channel also, Michael Soothing ASMR, and to my daughter's 3 channels, Artandbeautyfreak and Naturally Vegan 011 and Aryafil. Also, please subscribe to my 2 other ASMR channels, ScorpioAnn and ScorpioAnnASMR. I will link their videos and